True scary potential employer, oil patch. Let me preface this by saying I loved the oil patch. In school, when they chose careers for all of us, I wanted film directing or long-haul trucking. They gave me cooking. It was not long, however, before I was cooking in the oil patch, being head GH. Second cook, making sandwiches, coffee guy, whatever was needed. I am a dedicated worker, so I loved the 12 to 17-hour shifts. And I loved the isolation. For most people, 21 days in Conklin, the place with the most extreme weather in Alberta. The average in winter being -54 with wind at 30 kilometers per hour. Without family, friends, their routines 140 kilometers from civilization would cause them to go insane. I was constantly being put as liaison for workers who mentally cracked out there. I grew up with the only safe place I had being my mind palace. I am extremely bipolar and spent my whole life in solitude, so for me it was a homecoming. I thrived, while most people who survived without cracking were shooting up or diving deep into a bottle. I was excitedly asking when the next gig was. This incident started on Mother's Day 2016. I got off work at 8 a.m., showered, shaved and went to visit my grandma in Saskatoon. On the road I got a call from a company who had heard about me through the grapevine and wanted me to help run their kitchen. 15/20 employees just walked and she needed good people. They met my wage requirements. In fact, they raised it from $285 day to $312 day. It was Conklin, which along with Boyle, Saskatoon, and Penticton, was my favorite place in the country. I was not sold, so she mentioned that I had be cooking for the firefighters working to resolve the crisis in Fort Mac. That's it, I was sold. I mean, play the March of the Volunteers. I had loved to help Fort Mac however I can, and I told her that. I told her sure and happily continued my day. It was a day later as I was driving around with my best friend Stacy, born pumped I get to go in the patch again, when the woman called once more. Hey, you are good with extreme personalities, right? Yay, I guess. Good. 5 more people just quit on us. Red flags went off in my head. Yay, sure, should be fine, I said, gulping. The next day was when the alarms turned into attack sirens. She called 6 times that day, and here was the gist of what she said. You can handle extreme personalities, right? Really off-putting ones? We hope so, because our head chef is particular, and she will fuck off and leave you for days on end, and you have to be okay with that. I gulped. You do not have any crazy notions about vegetables, right? She barked. Vegetables? I asked. We do not serve vegetables here. It's pork chops, unseasoned meatballs, or burnt rice. If people want that hippie shit, they can just keep walking. No, should still be fine, I said, very nervous and loading my bag with as much granola as possible, so I do not have to eat a single meal there. One other thing that was super office is the fires are in Fort Mac. The camp is supposedly in the remote Conklin forest 4 hours due east. This woman was supposedly in camp, but when I tracked her cell signal, it placed her in Moose Jaw. Her boss's cell said he was in Lac La Biche when he was supposed to be in Edmonton, which is where I was to meet him. This all gave me a creepy vibe too. Finally, Friday came and I was sick, physically ill. I keep my body in extremely good shape. I monitor what I eat. I do not ever get sick except from stress. I was purging from every orifice, was unable to think, and randomly had strep throat. Like the good, dutiful worker I was, I still got dressed. Finished packing. Finally, I got these stomach jolts like someone smacking your organs with hot lead bars every few seconds. I called it quits. I texted her and said I'm really ill and cannot come up. Then I mentioned that they made me alerts nervous. I was not about to go through with this. If my body is telling me no this strongly, I'm gonna listen. 2 minutes later I get a call from the big boss of the operation, the crew chief. Hi, is Darcy there? He said in most overpronounced thickest Alberta accent of all time. That's me, I said. Well, fuck yourself. He screamed into the phone. I adjusted the phone and cleaned out my ears after that. I cannot believe people like you. Oh boo-hoo, we are suspicious. Fuck you. We chose you, we put our resources in to get you out here, he continued. You feel bad for the people in Fort Mac? You belong in a fucking bog in Fort Mac. In fact, you should be run over by a semi. If we ever meet, I will murder you with a shovel, and they will not find you for 10 months, you fucking prick. Alright, you have a nice day, will you ya? I said, he spit, then hung up. I'm 6'7", built and look like a South African rugby coach. I have enough power behind me to headbutt an average person down a flight of stairs and through the glass door at the bottom. I'm well trained at disarming people and can break bones easily, so his threat does not worry me. But weird creepy murderous, so alleged crew chief, let's not meet, for your sake. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button to support my work. And as always, enjoy the fear, my dear.